This video is brought to you by Patreon show sponsor, your friend and mine, The3rd ERA, and his wife, Leslie Arambula. She's an author, a teacher, and an editor. If you need any of your work edited, please check out our website, lesliearambula.com. I will leave a link in the description below. It's your boy Hi-Fi Vega, back again, and this time we're here to check out, we're here to listen to, we're here to dyno the Adcom GFA 4404. It's a Class A biased amp. It's rated 40 watts by 4 at 4 ohm stereo and 80 watts by 4 into 2 ohm stereo. This amp was rated in the manual to go much lower, but these bigger amps that Adcom makes are somewhat unreliable. So today we're just going to test the 4 ohm and 2 ohm stereo ratings. We'll see what we get there. We'll listen to it. We'll check it out. This amp came out around 1993. It had an MSRP of $750, which is kind of expensive, but once you hear this amp, I think maybe you'll see why that price was probably justified. We're going to start off with the 4 ohm stereo test. We're rated 40 watts by 4. We're using a 1 kilohertz track, and all channels will be driven during this test. And we have 49 watts at 14.4 volts. We're on to the 2 ohm stereo test. We are rated 80 watts by 4. We're using a 1 kilohertz track again, and all channels will be driven. We have 79 watts at 14.38 volts, not too bad. Being the big dummy that I am, I totally forgot to hook up the clamp meter on either one of these tests, so let's hook up the clamp meter, let's run it again, see how close we get to the power measurements, and let's see what kind of amperage we're drawing at 2 ohm stereo. We got 78 watts at 14.38 volts, and we pulled 50 amps. Check out the current pool this thing draws at idle. .3 amps. Yeah, boy. You might wonder why a 40 by 4 watt amp is 24 inches plus long. Well, let's find out. Let's open it up and let's see what's underneath the hood. Grab your favorite pair of headphones, grab your favorite speakers. We're fixing to listen to this amp, check it out, see what it sounds like. We're going to do all the tests at 50% volume, which is actually quite high for what I've been doing, but this amp is just so clean that it handles it very, very well. I've minus the track 2.5 dB so that it does not blow out your eardrums. But yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what it sounds like. We've got 3 different tracks to listen to here, so let's just get straight into it. Now let's talk about my final thoughts on the amp. The Adcom 4404, I mean, I got to be honest with you, this amp totally blew me away. I've listened to a ton of different amps in the same exact scenario that you just heard it. I didn't always put the videos up because we know that there's something lost over the compression of YouTube, and it just, you can't always get a sense of what it sounds like, but hopefully you get somewhat of an idea of what this amp sounds like. This amp sounded better than any amp I've ever listened to be honest with you. I've tried Mosconi AS 100.4. I've tried that was one of my favorites. The Lunar L255 is another one of my favorites, and I gotta tell you that I really like this amp better than both of those. Now, it's not a mile better, but I can tell the difference, and I think it sounds, it's probably the best sounding amp I've ever had on my test bench in this room and listen to. So think of that what you will, but it's a fantastic amp. If you get a chance to check these out, definitely want to do it. So as far as the performance, it did what it was rated. It's got a heavy Class A bias, as you can see from the 7 amp pool. I mean, that's quite insane. That's a large pool at idle for an amplifier. So they did have their problems. They were somewhat unreliable, which is unfortunate because they're a fantastic amp, fantastic sounding amp that is. So yeah, this was cool. I had fun. I appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that type of stuff. Let's get the conversation going below. What do you think about this amp? What do you want to see me test next? Just let me know in the comments, and I will catch you on the flip side. Shout out to all my Patreon supporters, but a special shout out goes to 6-star or more members: 2001 Monolithic, The 3rd ERA, G Nava, Joaquin Juarez, Paul Smith, Rick Quattlebaum, CT Sounds, Byron Chambliss, The Karate Guy, Jason Zemer, Travis McClendon, Brandon Hanna, William Berg, and Simple Man. For as little as $2 a month, you can join the team and get Patreon-exclusive content not available on YouTube. If you want to help me with my goal of reaching one new patron a month, check me out, patreon.com/hi-fi-vega. All right, I've been beating on this amp for over an hour. Let's see what kind of temperature we have here. It does not feel warm at all. About 93 at the highest in sunspots. 94. Not too bad.